Honestly, like, how do you want me to start this video? I don't, like, you know how many people were on their knees begging for this EZA, myself included? But of course, not just for him to get an EZA, because we knew that was happening inevitably. The thing that we were hoping for was for them to make it a good EZA. And he's a character who is greatly stacking defense. You know how hard it is to fumble a character in 2023 who does that from their super attack effect? You have to go out of your way. You actually have to go out of your way to make a character bad defensively who greatly stacks on their super attack. Like, I don't know, man. Like, honestly, I was actually awake when this stuff dropped, and I was reading the kit, and I just stopped. I went to bed because I just had to gather my thoughts. This video, I'm not gonna explain to you like, oh, you know, look what the EZA does. I'm just gonna pick this apart and just explain to you my problem with everything, and you let me know, like, how do you feel? Like, am I just being too hard? Like, just, you know, let's talk about it, because this is just unforgivable. This is definitely one of the craziest Dokkan sins I've ever, like, this is legitimately the sin of Dokkan. This is just I don't know, man. Let's again, this EZA meant a lot to me for reasons and maybe I can't even explain, but it's just one of those EZAs I've been looking forward to for a while. Super attack effect, right? They did nothing, right? Like, I feel like maybe 100%, maybe not 100%, I'd say 50% of development time must have went into the super attack. And I say that because everything else is kind of just mediocre, and we'll get to it in a second, but this doesn't do anything. Lowering attack doesn't do anything. They must have thought that by putting this there, this like someone, like, he was like, dude, lowering attack does nothing. The only point where lowering attack on super is good is either you're massively lowering attack, right? Or greatly lowering with an additional guaranteed in the passive. And we don't have either of those. And on top of that, most of the bosses in the game don't even allow you to lower their attack in the first place. So, like, this is the same. The super attack effect is literally the same. We're not, like, nothing has changed, okay? It's crazy how they slapped lowering attack on, and they were like, you know what, we don't have to do much anymore, because that's going to give them a massive power boost, right? Dude, who thought of that? I want to know the exact person who thought of that. Anyways, okay. So super attack effect is the same, essentially. Okay, cool. 2 key and 80% of stats start of turn. Now, I will say this. He needed start of turn defense. Cool, right? And I've said in the past, like, at least give him maybe 40% defense start of turn, but I back that up with, like, guaranteed additionals here, right? This guy has 80% to stats. And again, good start of turn defense. I'm happy about that. But the issue is that 3 years ago, we got a character who has the same exact super attack effect in terms of just the defensive part, and then 140% to base. 140% to base. Not only that, but guarding on top of that. This was 3 years ago. You're telling me that all we could really do is 80% at the start of turn? 80%? And I know there's more defense there, but that's 80%? 5 years later? I don't know, man. That's just... So, and then plus an additional attack plus 40% up to 120, and then defense plus 30 up to 6. Why did you separate that? Why couldn't this have been attack and defense plus 40% up to 120? What would have been wrong about that? Why did you have to go out of your way to make that defense half of... It's okay. This is not gonna hurt anyone. Like, it's okay. Chance of performing a critical hit plus 10% with each attack received up to 40%. Doing more damage for each attack you receive doesn't matter, because when you get one shot, like, we have calcs here, right? Shout out to Halvard for these calcs. Turn 1, without support, you're at 150k defense. Who cares if you build up crit for each attack you get every time you get hit? Like, no one, like, it's not doing anything for you, because when you're in slot 1, right, and you're getting hit 4 times, and you're building up a chance to crit, instead of, I don't know, guarding in the first slot or something, or whatever the case is, like, you're not offering any value. 40% chance to crit is not value for a 2023 worldwide celebration EZA character. Launches 2 additional attacks, each of which has a high chance of becoming a super attack when there's a super class enemy. So essentially what this kit is, it says 2 key and not enough defense, start of turn. Next is, for some reason, we're lowering the defense, or we're going to essentially give you half of the amount of attack, but as defense instead, because we can't give you the full 120 because it'll be too strong. Meaningless chance to crit with each attack received, up to a meaningless percentage. And then the last part of their kit, basically, just I'm trying to translate this for you. The last part of their kit says red zone is a place we do not want you running Goku Black, so we're gonna make sure that you cannot get additionals when you're you know, in red zone. It's basically what the kit reads. For whatever reason, they chose to. Why not make it launches 2 additional attacks, each of which has a great chance of launching a super attack if the full team is extreme class, or if the full team is time travelers, if the full team is future, right? That would have been 10 times better. High chance, like, I'll tell you this, right? If he had a guaranteed additional for free, I can understand the 80% at the start of turn, right? But to make this low, to not give us the full 120 for defense, and then to make it a high chance, you can literally have 3, 4, 5 turns of this character super attacking and not getting a single additional off. But on the flip side, you can theoretically get 4 additionals off, but in whatever you're doing that, it won't be in red zone. Besides like one or a few stages, right? So he's essentially, you know, a quest mode demon. Sure, right? We'll give him that. Quest mode demon. Or, you know, what else? What else? Dokkan event demon? Come on, dude. Oh my god. Lowering attack and defense. Again, that has to be massively lowering stats, dude. Attack plus 250%, defense plus 150, and chance of performing a critical hit plus 50%. Also, I want to show you this. Let me actually pull this up. So, full build up here, won't care about that. With 6 super attack effect stacks, looking at around 700k defense. Start of turn, of course, start of turn. So 700k defense with 6 stacks. If you're trying to take this guy into red, that's 12 turns. That's 12 turns in red zone, because you have to assume, right? Like in red zone, when there's not really that many bosses, super class bosses, you're getting 1 super attack per turn. Maybe you can get the hidden potential, but we can't really bank on that. So it takes you 6 attacks, which means he has to get on rotation 6 times, which means it's essentially 12 turns. 12 turns to get 700k? I mean, I'm good, you know, but like, dude, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, the GT duo could hit 800, 900, a million defense, like, you know, with support and link level 10 and on the proper teams and stuff, and like he can hit those numbers, or they can hit those numbers turn 5, you know. So for you to give me a turn 7 character who's gonna hit 700k defense, you've lost the fight at that point already, or the fight's over at that point, which means at turn 3, turn 5, when you're at 250, 300k defense with no damage reduction, no guard, you're getting one shot. It's just what it is. And then when this guy transforms, I mean, it's not like we're dealing with that, like, okay, 700k with 6 stacks from base that you're probably not going to get. Your defense, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? 50% chance to crit, attack plus 250. I mean, cool. Like, we don't need attack from this character. He is clearly a defensive god. He should have been a defensive. His base kit was screaming defensive menace, but they said no. Plus an additional attack plus 10% with each attack performed. Why not add defense to that, dude? I don't get it. Extreme class allies key and attack. Why not defense? Launch an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. Launches another additional attack that has a chance to become a super attack when there's a super class enemy. So what this passive reads is attack, you know, meaningless attack, and then meaningless amount of defense at the start of turn with a meaningless chance to crit. That could potentially do some damage. Plus additional meaningless amounts of stats because it's not defense, up to 50%. Extreme class allies don't get defense, so F you. And then no super class enemy, no problem, we suck. That's what the kit looks like to me. I don't know, dude. It's just it's not, I wouldn't say frustrating, because at the end of the day it's a game, right? Like, I'm not gonna lose my, like, you know, but at the end of the day, like, this is a game. I enjoy it. I dedicate time to this game, and in return, Dokkan, no, again, I'm not. No one is, you know, not obligated. What's the word? We are not. They don't have to make good EZAs, right? But it would be nice for, because it's not like they didn't know how excited people were for this, right? It's not. I just want to know who designed this. Who was it? Like, who needs to get fired for this? Wow, 170% of time travelers. It's so good, dude. Oh my god. I wonder who I'm gonna use for my time traveling lead. I'll give you a hint. It's not Goku Black. Wow. This might, at least for me, it's one of the bigger fumbles, one of the bigger EZA fumbles. You know what they all like, dude, like, what they had to do is literally give him 120% to stats start of turn. Right? That's it. Guard for the first 3 turns. That's it. For the crit, just high chance to crit. That's it. All allies key +3. Massively lowers attack. Guaranteed additional when full team is extreme class. That's it. I'll repeat it. Greatly stacks defense. Massively lowers attack. Start of turn could be 2 key, 120% to stats, an extra 120% attack on, you know, like the same build up for attack. I won't add defense there because at least we're getting more defense, right? We're getting 120% instead of just 80%, right? And then we also added guards for the first 3 turns, right? Very simple. High chance to crit, guaranteed additional when facing a specific enemy. Sorry, when full team is of extreme class characters, and then all allies 3 key. And then for this ability here, this should have been, we'll change this to 40% starting from the 4th turn. I think 40% starting from the 4th turn is doable, right? Cool, let's move on. Massively lowering attack and defense. This, in my opinion, like this should have been, I would go with attack plus 300%. Because again, he's stacking defense only, right? Like, I'd go, personally, attack plus 300%, and then defense plus, what do I do? I would do defense plus 150%, yeah. So I'd make it half. But it's because, again, we had a good foundation here. 300% to attack. I mean, you can keep it 250 and 150, that's fine. Like, I don't really have a problem with the way this looks. My only problem with this kit here is that it comes off of this kit, which isn't doing anything. So whether you transform or not, you still have the same issues. So I would do that. And then I would give him guaranteed guard in the first slot. I'd give him a great chance to crit. extreme class allies 3 key and 30% to both attack and defense. I'd also give him extreme class allies also like 10% chance to crit as well. So 3 key, 30% to stats, and an extra 10% chance to crit, giving himself an 80% chance to crit. And then guaranteed additional with guaranteed additional when all allies are on the what's the name? When all allies are extreme class, and then another attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack or medium chance of becoming a super attack when there's another worldwide chaos category ally on the turn. Something like that, right? At that point, I feel like we're talking. We're in business. You know, we can cook. But dude, this is just, yeah. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. And yeah, we'll talk about it in the next video, and the video after that, and the video. I'm just kidding. We're like this is we're done. Like yeah. I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe if you're new, if you'd like to. Road to 61K. Make sure to support your fellow content creators as well. Everyone in the Dokkan community is doing their job, pushing out content, so the least we can do is support everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one, and yeah, peace. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful, Goku Black? No, it's not.